太田が留守の間、この店とポテトたちは俺が全力で守る。
Hey everybody, welcome to another lesson of learning Japanese. Today we are diving into another episode of Tanaka-kun wa Itsumo Kedaruge to indulge in another classic anime line of wisdom. And so the line that we are going to cover today is going to be, while you're gone, I'll do everything in my power to protect this place and these french fries. Yes, classic indeed. So as always, what we're going to do first is we're just going to jump into the actual scene from the episode so that we can hear the original Japanese of the line.
太田が留守の間、この店とポテトたちは俺が全力で守る。
So there you have it. There's the line, Ohta ga rusu no aida, kono mise to potatotachi wa ore ga zenryoku de mamoru. And that's going to translate to, once again, while you're gone, I'll do everything in my power to protect this place and these french fries. So now let's just jump into the actual line and break it down grammatically, look at the vocab and see how everything's working here. So first up, we just have the word Ohta, and this is just gonna be the name of the character he's talking to. So what we did in the title was just substitute that with the second person pronoun you. Next up, we have the particle ga right after Ohta to signify that there's going to be an action here because he's now the subject. Then right after ga, we have the word rusu, which is gonna translate to absence or being away. It is a noun, but it can also be used as a verbal noun. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine this noun with the noun of a noun modification, as well as the word aida, which is going to translate to space or interval. So what rusu no aida is going to translate to is just basically the interval in which one is gone or not present or absent. And so then so far what we have in this line is going to be Ohta ga rusu no aida. And so what this is basically going to do is going to set the time for the rest of the sentence. So if we translate this to English, this will be while you are gone, basically, or while Ohta is gone. Now we're going to move on, and the rest of the sentence is just as simple. First up, we have the word kono, which is going to translate to, of course, this. It's going to be modifying the word right after it, which is the word mise, which is just going to be the word for shop or store. Right after mise, we have the particle to translate to basically and. Then we have the katakana word potato, which is just going to translate to, well, potato, but here it's being used more in line with french fries or fries. Right after potato, we have the word tachi, which is going to pluralize potato and kind of humanize them a bit in the sentence for a bit more comedic impact. Then right after that, we have the particle wa to mark the potatotachi and the mise as the topic of the sentence. Then we move on and we have the word ore, which is going to translate to I, of course, and we have the ga marking ore as the subject of the sentence. So this is going to mean that ore is going to be performing some kind of action. We're going to find out what that action is really soon, but not before we come across the phrasing zenryoku de. And zenryoku is going to translate to all of one's power or whole energy. It's going to be a noun, and it's going to be followed by that particle de to basically mark it as kind of an instrument. So this is very much like an adverbial phrase describing how the action is going to be performed. So by what means is the action going to be performed? It's going to be performed by the means of all of his energy. Then we move on and we get to the verb as well as the last word in the entire line, which is just going to be the verb mamoru, which is a very common verb. It means to protect or to guard or to defend. And so now we see that zenryoku de is going to make a lot of sense because he's going to be protecting the fries and the place with all of his power. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to combine everything that we just covered. And so now let's repeat the entire line. Ohta ga rusu no aida, kono mise to potatotachi wa ore ga zenryoku de mamoru. And of course, this is going to translate to, while you're gone, I'll do everything in my power to protect this place and these french fries.
太田が留守の間、この店とポテトたちは俺が全力で守る。
And with that, the coverage of the line is complete. A very short, pretty simple, and amusing line from, once again, the 9th episode of Tanaka-kun wa Itsumo Kedaruge. And hopefully you learned a thing or two, or if this was too easy for you, then you should feel good about yourself, because now you can tell everybody that you're going to be protecting your french fries or their french fries with all of your might. And so that's pretty much going to cover it for this anime line of the day. Once again, we have a bonus line, which is going to be one of the subsequent lines spoken right after the line that we covered.
このソファと一心同体。
It's going to be in Japanese only here, presented in Japanese only, so give a try. Try to translate, interpret it, leave your own version of the translation in the comments and see how it compares to everybody else's. And yeah, with that, stay tuned for the next anime line of the day.